This boy and I were the same person. However, how was it possible that a single soul could give life to two different bodies? The body of the child had no similarity to the current one. They are essentially different, not just in age, weight, and height, but in features and in their very matter. It is certain I lived in a similar situation in the Campos sisters' home a long time ago, that I was standing close to the piano, and that I fell in love with the splendid young lady at my side when she sang La Pajarera in that unforgettable time. What is happening now, I thought, is a strange coincidence of circumstances, but in any case, an unknown energy pushed me toward the boy. I believed Tenderly Loved was trying to represent, as in a movie, an event that happened 48 years ago. I was very thankful for her loving attempt, and I even thought to follow the game and continue with her that illusion done out of love. It was shortly after my beloved dead one permitted me to glimpse at the portent of the fifth dimension that I resolved the enigma of my two bodies in simultaneous existence. To better understand the intricate universe, stated Tenderly Loved, the four dimensions you know, length, width, depth, and time, are insufficient. With only these dimensions, you encounter problems incompatible with divine wisdom and even with your own intelligence. Therefore, you don't understand the presence of your childhood body in this modified time. You are not even able to explain to yourself how it is possible that the Most High, in love with his creatures, permits their deterioration and destruction. Moreover, you have always thought that the annihilation of beauty, love, and the products of human labor were an absurd waste. This is also true with the destruction of your loved ones, the complicated living organisms, and things in general, and you are right. The four classic dimensions, she reiterated, are not sufficient to decipher the enigma of creation, the meaning of life and love, nor do they allow any explanation of the wearing away and the destruction of things as occur in food chains, death, tragedy, and eschatological matters of the hereafter. You will have a glimpse of all this through the fifth dimension or created eternity. You will surmise the astonishing logic of creation. For this reason, our God has permitted today that you objectively view this new cosmic parameter. This is the reason for our trip to the past. Created eternity, or the fifth dimension, she added, clarifies and establishes the axis of the coordinates of the universe. It is the parameter which, along with length, width, depth, and time, causes the absolute continuance of all beings from the beginning of their existence. It includes the complete being, including what occurred in the passage of time and all its evolutionary stages. Created eternity is like a well ordered storehouse that contains all the real and perpetual history of the universe. What you say seems impossible to me. I am telling you the truth, but you reject it beforehand, like a ping pong ball in a game of ping pong. Don't close your mind a priori to new scientific ideas that do not oppose divine revelation. I recommend you study them. The existence of a being, she continued. For example, you yourself can be compared to a large deck of cards which are perfectly and chronologically arranged. Each card could represent an act of existence. each event, each moment of the historic past of this being. However, the observer, mortal man, with his consciousness bound to the event of the actual moment, only sees the last card, that which corresponds exclusively to the present moment. But in the back of the storehouse of past time are found all the other cards in rigorous order. These cards represent the eternal, real, and living history of this being. How unfortunate that I am unable to shuffle the cards of my existence. You will do it when you become a blessed. For now, consider the card which corresponds to your 8 years of age. I don't know. I resist believing in created eternity. I will help you with another simile. To calculate the position of a train, one needs only the distance and time. You do not need the altitude as in calculating the position of an airplane. As long as the train doesn't turn into a plane, it would be enough to have the coordinates of distance and time to calculate the train's position. However, she continued with celestial patience, it would be a grave error to deny the existence of altitude above sea level only because the train's conductor doesn't need it to calculate his position. Moreover, to live the mortal life, it is sufficient for you to have four coordinates, three of space, length, width, depth, and the fourth dimension of time. Mortal man, she emphasized, does not use the fifth dimension because he lives with his consciousness bound to the present moment as a locomotive to its rails, and he is incapable of freely using the fifth dimension of created eternity due to divine punishment from original sin, and because he still lives under the structure of the faith. He scarcely can see it but wants it, even though he is unable to understand it well. I neither understand nor desire this fifth dimension. Yes, you do. Desire for eternal life is manifested everywhere. The strong instinct for self preservation, the permanent vows of love, the yearning to establish a home, the monuments representing noble ideas, the tendency to maintain a good reputation and riches, the recollection of pleasing memories, the maintenance of affections, the constant collecting of things, hatred for the uncertainties of death, show the need for all the love of the fifth dimension, and they serve as indirect proofs for the real existence of created eternity. After a good death, she concluded, glorified man regains his physical freedom and rule over nature, which was lost due to sin of the world. And then it immediately happens, as though a train acquires the characteristics of a plane. The Blessed understands created eternity and lives it to the fullest and exercises dominion over it. And he rejoices indescribably in feeling eternal, contemplating the eternity of the other Blessed and his loved things, along with the whole universe. The fifth dimension will not be manifested until the end of time. Created eternity is already here in this present moment. My intelligence cannot conceive of an eternity of created beings. It is because you separate time from space. You view time as passing but not space. You are wrong. I will clarify for you what is space time. In the objective universe of reality, time and space are inseparable. Time is not the only parameter which measures the movement of beings. The truth is that time is really in things. It does not exist apart from them, because bodies are made from matter and energy and movement, and movement necessarily requires time. Every act of existence, she reiterated, such as a change of form, a physical phenomenon, of step, a chemical reaction, whatever, whatever mutation, happens in a determined space-time, which is indissoluble and inseparable. Don't believe that time passes while space remains unchanged. No, absolutely not. That is a sensory illusion. The great objective reality is that time passes, along with the space corresponding to the same existential act. When the clock indicates that a second has passed, not only has the time passed, but also the corresponding material space.